Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Krabby McCoffee's show. I'm your host, Coffee Time with Rita, I should say. I'm your host, Rita, also known as Krabby McCoffee or San Juan Island Prepper or Airy Sky Rita Lee. If you're new to the channel, hit the like, subscribe, thumbs up button. If you're coming back, welcome. So, a lot of you have been emailing me this morning saying, you didn't get back to me, blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't have to get back to every person, all right? So I got up this morning, woke up to a beautiful little doggy next to me, and then I went back to sleep, and then the alarm woke me up of the carbon monoxide detector and the fire alarm. So I waited a while, and I thought, okay, it needs a new battery. Turns out, as a prepper, we have plenty of 9 volts, okay? Turns out you don't need the battery in. What triggered it? Chloe left the bathroom door open, which the manager nicely got back to me, telling me that she's getting lazier and lazier because she doesn't care about anyone but herself. So then, there's people out there ask me about, the stock market, right? So let me explain the stock market this morning, okay? Stock market, I went to Dow Jones this morning. I went through the news real quick before getting on. So the stock market, when it started dropping, right? They're not telling us why it's dropping, okay? Bank stocks are volatile, okay? So is that today's news? Let me look. Yes, 1 hour ago. Okay, so I went into Amazon. All my pricing and my buy it again crap has went up, right? And then it was up, right? Raised, right? And then I looked at my traditional foods. I buy ramen and everything else, and the ramen went up to like $34 a case of 20. It's like a pack of 20 last time I checked. Yeah, a pack of 20, right? And I'm like, because they're big ramens. So, you guys sit there and you're like, oh, yeah. Well, anyways, people started noticing my theory and emailed me this morning going, hey, crap. Love your show. I went online to my Buy It Again program on Amazon and the food prices went up. So I went to the stock market and it went up. But then a little later, this morning they'd email me and say, hey, this is really odd. It went down $15. See? When they know they're basically got a crunch where the stock market starts to drop and they think it's going to continue to drop, they lower the price. And that is for food. So then they were talking about other issues. One guy said to me, what's going to happen in the future? And I said, frankly, I don't know. So think of it right now. The stock markets are volatile. It's 12 o'clock. It closes at 4. So 3 hours and 58 minutes, the stock market will close Pacific time. Eastern, it'll be 4. So it'll be like 1 o'clock, right? So think about that. Stock market goes up, stock market goes down. In the meantime, people are now learning from my system, which is a system I've been watching closely as a prepper for that reason, for prepping food. Now, more goes down, and they say, oh, it's going to rebound. We're going to have a great year before election. Well, another news, this morning, not misinformation for some of you, is if you notice the news, I saw a lot of places this morning saying the GOP mega donors aren't going to be giving money to people that are doing abortion bans, trans bans, etc. Big Pharma's finally had enough, apparently, and it's like, So we're going to see how that plays out as well. But this morning I woke up and I had to clear another section of sink. Manager emails me this morning and says there's a funny smell. And I said, well, I got most of my area cleaned, clothes put away again. She said, Chloe, I said, Chloe won't do anything. Chloe wants to whack off. And she said, "Well, I feel sorry for those people that think Chloe's a woman, you know." So, so I found this large cup this morning to have my morning coffee with. I told Chloe, "You're going out this morning, get some milk, you know." Someone emailed me and said I'd make a great housewife. Yeah, well, you know, I haven't heard from Tildor. Hopefully, Tildor's fine. So, a lot of people have asked me what today's plan is, and I said to myself, you know, I don't know. So, did you hear about the news, everyone, about one of our ferries, the Walla Walla, ran aground? It was big news. My sister's talking about it Sunday last night. She was like, "Yeah, here." I spoke to our Uncle Jeff, and he was talking about the ferries. And then I said, Rita rides it a little free. And he's like, how? Well, she takes the Inter Island Ferry. So he looks up the Inter Island Ferry, and he's, you know, was, you know, there you go. Mhm. Sorry. So I emailed my advocates this morning. I also got to go through some emails, right? The moderator Pee Wee emailed me some news last night. I told her I'd watch it. I found it to be kind of entertaining, actually, you know, because, you know, when it comes to being, you know, so then, you know, Higgins, he's always emailing me some other crud, you know, and he's like, oh, did you hear this and hear that and hear this? And, you know, I'm trying to find an email this morning. My email's like kind of clogged up. So I'm trying to clear up and unclog some of my email. So, you know, Higgins, he emailed some funny things, you know. All right. So, you know, Mama Pee Wee was talking about, you know, China and World War III. A lot of her videos she sent me was um, very useful. I finally got around to handling everything, you know, with, you know, oh, yeah, I'll save that because I want to look at that radio again that Higgins wants. There you go. He's like talking about this ham radio or something, you know. So I spent some time last night watching some movies, you know. And then Higgins, he keeps sending me emails and stuff. It's like sometimes you can't even figure out what is what, you know. Well, when are they taking my subscription out of that? Well, when are they doing? That's the thing. I don't even know what this is, you know. It doesn't even let us tell us how to log in. You know, that's the problem. Yeah, we'll just use my email address in there, see? Okay. So it tells me so they charged me June 1st. Oh, okay. So they give me 6 issues and they're good till July. And it's no payment due. And yet they email me and they're like, your subscription is due. Okay. Mm-hmm. You see, this is a crap I got to go through while I'm looking for um, news articles, So a lot of people say to me, oh, well, what's going on in the world? Well, besides trying to clear my email out, when you do look at it, you find out it's a lot of crap from other things. Higgins will say, but my email ain't crap. Didn't say your email was crap. I just found sometimes, you know, I asked Higgins about grinders. I think we found some and I put them in the donation box or whatever it is. The other day he emailed me about trying to change my channel name to like San Juan Island Prepper. It doesn't matter if it's San Juan Island Prepper. It also depends on the content you give. People think, if you do this or do that. The reason I'm clearing out my email a bit is I need to find, here we go. That's my therapist. She was talking about payment or something. She's like, oh, yes, your payment. Who the hell emailed me now? I'm busy. Okay. So, anyways, I'm just trying to clear this out. So last night, Chloe was talking about um so this is the thing me and Higgins were talking about earlier. People. All right, okay. So I'm just going through this. I have a feeling my email. Yeah. So apparently, Mama Pee Wee turned around the other day and said she doesn't want to come back until my membership keeps growing. My membership grows slowly. Okay. Trying to see this. Okay. Okay, so my advocate ain't gonna be back till the 21st. All right, so now I got that put in the calendar. So the 21st. So it gives me a chance to email my what you call it, my advocate then. So today's the 17th, so I'm gonna put in new event. Okay, so comes in on the 20th. Make it all day. There we go. And then I will put in and then we go Monday. There. And that works. Actually, I want it earlier. See? As a prepper, sometimes you could use Google Calendars for scheduling too, which I do that all the time. But now that I know what is what, I can clearly tell you that it's a feeling of happiness when you you know, use Google Voice for your prepping needs. Same with Google Voice. Same with Morning Cane. How goes it? So it's coffee time with Rita Kane. Good morning. So, anyways, so I turned around this morning, got up, and the carbon monoxide went off. Oh yeah, it's just another manic Monday, right? So you had to do that for you, Kane, just because. So, um, anyways, a lot of people have been emailing me on my About Me page, and they're saying, "Great show, love the thing." They're really, a lot of people are really excited to see what's going to happen with the channel when Chloe's gone, and Chloe's, you know, she got up this morning, right? And she yelled at me. She's like, "Out!" I was in using the bathroom. And she said, "You didn't wake me up at 5." Well, I was in my bed sleeping at 5, enjoying a nice little nappy poo, right? And I woke up this morning and I had my little doggy Moppy. I'm getting your little dog, no. Anyways, I had Moppy with me. I think I'm gonna do since I require a service dog, as you all know, I have a service dog. When Moppy goes, I'm gonna take a donation up for a new service dog, I think, but right now we're not gonna focus on that. I'm gonna get your dog, no. Anyways, I'm just having a little fun here. So this morning I looked at the news, right? And first thing I gotta do is I gotta send Chloe out, right? Um, so she complains, right, about a lot of different things. First thing she says to me is, these. Well, let's get to the emails first. I don't want to forget that. These people mean a lot to me. They emailed me, they found my About Me page. They emailed me. They said, "Hey, we love your show. We're just happy that Chloe's finally leaving." I mean, they said we've been a YouTuber, one of your famous people from on Facebook, for years. And they're like, you got rid of Facebook and now you're basically like full steam ahead, all happy, and they're like, we finally can sit down probably with you on StreamYards eventually and do the interview we want without, a few people want to interview me. That's cool. And interview you on the grounds on StreamYards for what's going to happen for the future. And I said to them, I would be honored due to the fact that it feels great, you got one person here saying, yeah, what's gonna happen? I got my cousin Dinky who's like, oh, wow, you're gonna be dead before the 30th. I hope not. My stress level's already going down a bit. I woke up this morning feeling pretty damn good, and yet Chloe said, well, I'll run down to the store and I'll get you your tobacco to go and your thing. Because, we're going to have a long show today. So Chloe, of course, is going to swing by Safeway. So she's going to take the phone. So she's going to swing by Safeway. I think she wants to grab a hot dog or something there. Personally, I don't know what to get. I asked for cheddar sausage ropes. And, so, I asked for. I think my cousin Binky's ignoring me due to the fact that she's maybe angry with me or something because, yes, Kane. She's going shopping this morning for a little tobacco run. You see, I usually send her at the beginning of the month, but, her therapist is like, wow, therapy is very important, right? So the other day, I'll tell you the story. And I was carving up a ham, right? I was carving up this ham, right? As a prepper, I carve up ham, I put it in bags, get it ready, right? And Chloe's like, are you going to chew on the bone? I said, yeah. Right? I'm chewing on the bone. Love this story. And her therapist says, well, you got to follow rules, Chloe, right? Chloe turns around and says, why? Right? And then she says, because. And then Chloe says, Nanka. You didn't even know. And the therapist says, no wonder why you got kicked out. And then Chloe says, I deserve to be treated like a princess. And the therapist said, why? You're just a man in a dress, man, a drag queen. Uh, uh, what do you call it? One of those drama queens. And Chloe snapped and said, and you're just a person that just like everyone else milks the cash cow because of my mental problems. Therapist says you're not even trying. So, if you don't want to try, I don't have to try. So, how are you today, Rita? And I go, you're on a video with Chloe. You don't need to know how I'm doing, right? The therapist turned around and says, and besides, what is that? Oh, well, I can't do it because I'm so disabled. Therapist says, oh, really? So if I put in a request for the mental hospital that you need a group home, you'll take it? Oh, no, I need more than $75. All went back to money, right? It was funny. It was funny as funny can be this morning. I mean, literally, or that telling you this story this morning is funny because it is funny, but at the same time, I'm not going to belittle her. So then, people have emailed me and they said, "Oh, what's your plan for the future?" Well, I've been working on some projects, but technologically, I don't think it can be done unless we, as in people, can figure out how to make it work. Which I would have to talk to some engineers about, but I got an idea. I'm rattling through my head. Actually, got two ideas rattling around in my head. Okay. There's engineers out there that make portable game systems from Super NESs to NESs. So I got a few ideas rattling around my head I'd like to talk about, but for the sake of the argument this morning, I thought it was a very great morning this morning. So I thought I would take my morning medication. I got this, which, by the way, the meds keep going down. Right? Turn notifications on. Nanka. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, we have a special show coming up. Between I think I'm going to try to schedule my advocates on, but I'm also scheduling some other people that might be really, really nice. I know Mark's up at this time in the morning, so hopefully Mark pops on this morning. But if Mark doesn't, oh well, that's life. But so I got to tell you a story this morning. All right, so Kane says, "Oh, Chloe's going shopping this morning." Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So what I got to do this morning is two things. Okay, first episode will be broken smaller this morning, which will be a blessing by itself in disguise. By the way, you guys did the poll last night, right? Anyways, the first poll was 33-33, the 33. The second one I think was like pot pies and the bratwurst. I think they were tied. And then I asked my sister personally, and she says, "Oh, go with the cheese brat." So I finished the cheese brats up. So today's poll will be a little different because I have better cheddars, pot pies, and we were supposed to get ingredients for club sandwiches, which were Chloe's like, "Oh, can you see if there's any deals at Safeway?" Yeah, so check for deals. That's why I saw the whole thing about the sausage rope. Fortunately, Chloe's like, "Oh, well, we can do something else." Well, it's Monday, so the newest ad comes out on Wednesday, so you get a preview date too. I don't know if they give you the preview date early. Nope, not today. So today's weekly ad, because we only need a few items. There's a buy one get one free on things. They got ground beef, buy 1 pound get one free. I asked Chloe about coffee. There he goes. Pete's coffee is $6.99, so she'll have to take the phone for that. So one of we're very, very frugal, so I don't need much. I was hoping for sausage ropes, one of the prepping tools I'm looking over today as for prepping anyways is there anything I can do? Nabisco cookies are on sale, but many people don't eat that kind of cookie. Oh, look at this 2-pound block of cheese. I was telling Chloe this the other day. I'd like some cheese. So Dairy Gold block cheese. I always like block cheese. Maybe we can get a deal on the block cheese. Depends on what she takes. She's like, well, I'm not taking the cooler because we don't need much. Well, then that means she's not picking up anything except for coffee and no block cheese in any refrigerator. She has to have the cooler for, and she won't. So that's why I got to talk to her on her way out. Here we go. Johnsonville sausages, buy 3, save 3, right? Apparently everyone's sold out on the cheese sausages. So, they're like, oh, you want beef brats? No, I don't want beef brats. So, but Hillshire Farm sausage ropes, Chloe's like, oh, I can get those. I don't want Hillshire Farm. I wanted the better cheddars, but they sold out. And Chloe's like, oh, well, it's okay. I mean, so the therapist the other day, funny story, like I said, she called her a lazy, selfish, narcissistic piece of crap is what her therapist literally said. And I thought it was funny. I literally thought it was funny. Yeah, and you could picture how that played out. I mean, literally played out funny as funny can be. You're sitting around and all of a sudden, you hear, the arguments. Oh, yeah, so the other thing she asked me for was sandwich meat. That's what it was. Here's some salad and the kids, Caesar kits. But, she said, dude, is there any sandwich meat? And I was like, oh, well, look, because, she wants, all right, so Oscar Myers got some lunch meat, 7 to 9 things. So she'll have to check on the sandwich meat. She needs chicken, turkey, and ham. She wants me to make club sandwiches. Bacon's not on sale this week. And she's going to need bread if she wants it. Otherwise, she can just eat her bacon the way she is. I'm keeping my bacon for club sandwiches. So, but you know what she'll do? She'll be like, I'm a real woman. I need my bacon. So I'm taking yours. She always does that. I mean, I can bury it at the bottom of the freaking freezer until next month. That could work too. I mean, just throw it in there and be like, I mean, the thing is they're limited on food because they didn't prep for it. And their therapist finally had words with them and said, look, you're basically eating other people's food. Yeah, it is. I mean, we just found an ad at Safeway for deli meat, but I only saw the ad for regular meat. I didn't check the other ad. Okay, and my coffee cup's empty this morning. But the funny thing is her therapist literally lamp-basted her, saying you're an evil, retarded person that you want everyone to bail you out. Entertainment here, the big book of savings. So what we're looking for in the big book of savings is meat. All right, so one of the things that you prep is they give you a 30-day savings on this. Okay, here you go. Sandwich meat's on sale, $5.99 for 1 pound of smoked ham and turkey breast. So and turkey. So there it is, $5.99 for sandwich meat. So I just found it, so I knew it was there. So the Lando Frost, but that would mean she need to get a cooler and ice. And yes, that's a good point. They can't. This is land sandwich meat's expensive. Yeah, everything's expensive, dude. You gotta be frugal. The thing is, I'm very frugal. Okay. So the deli meat is on sale. 1 pound of meat. You can actually get a 20-ounce package too. But 1 pound of meat is pretty good, and it's not a bad deal in my opinion. So, hmm, hmm, hmm. Hold on. So apparently my advocate emailed. Right now they're getting to the nitty gritty of stuff that Chloe's been kind of worried about anyways. Now let me explain this, okay? So the manager tells me I have to get a second research done by May 1st, right? But because my research is slowing down, right? 13 days to go. I've already gotten research accommodation. Apparently, the new trap is that the rent's going to be a whopping, 2/3 of my income right off the top without Chloe. So, because Chloe's still leaked into the lease at 641, even though they removed her, they're not giving me a lower rate. So basically, what she's done is a two-prong attack, which is the rent goes up to um 641, and two is she's thinking that she could cripple me financially by doing this, right? Fortunately, I just went, whoa, Chloe's gone, right? Which that's what they wanted, right? And then they're not willing to lower the rent. They're hoping they can cripple me, literally, for me to basically complain about, what's going on, right? So my father-in-law said, be careful about that, But, when you look at the big picture, right? This is something that they didn't tell me. They didn't tell me, that I'm going to be forking out the entire amount in 1 month, not including the electric bill, which Chloe said, oh, I'll help take care of. But then, Chloe's been already freeloading my electricity this month and internet, doesn't want to pay for anything. Oh, I can't pay, I'm moving. And yet, she ran out of money because she's been sucking off mine and not telling me. And then the manager turns around and says, oh, nothing. Then the advocate says, the advocate turns around this morning and says, so she said if the rent's not adjusted, the rent stays the same, right? So if the rent's staying the same and Chloe's not here, then they just basically decided they're playing, a new set of rules. They're basically trying to force me, to, but the manager hasn't messaged me at all. So, and if she doesn't get back to me today, it's because she doesn't want to get back to me today, which means she's got her own plan. You see, she's already working on other plans. And which is funny is I haven't heard her from since last month. So she knows when I email, it's usually 99% of it is business. So to me, it's fine. But my point is, I got to check my bank balance this morning because I told Chloe to quit freaking spending money. She's like, oh, well, you need this, and oh, you need that. And I was like, oh, I need this, right? So, got my phone up. First thing we're going to do is we're going to check the balance because I need a can of tobacco this morning. Chloe's going to take this with her so she can see about getting a pack of smokes cheaper at the smoke reservation or 2 packs. See, I'm not even with it this morning. I always do text. Anyways, so the reason for it is we need a gallon of milk. We need a little bit of coffee. I think Pete's Coffee's on sale. I've always wanted to try Pete's Coffee. Um, it was Zoe who was telling me she sent me some coffee. And I think it was. Did she say that? Okay, so I got that much money. So, can of dip and that. All right, so this is what happens when you don't know who the hell is spending your damn money. All right, so I'm going to charge this up temporarily, and we'll talk some more. Give me a minute. All right, Mom, beep, beep, a second. Fine. I'm gonna listen up, people. I have two things to do. Okay. I got two things to do, so I want you to listen up closely. Okay. Because I'm breaking things down in smaller sections right now in the morning. I need to use the restroom, but I'm gonna not run the video for hours upon hours and having bathroom breaks. So what I'm gonna do today is break you these down. So I hope you will continue to watch and look for prepping part 2. I need to talk to Chloe about lunch meats. I need to talk to Chloe about coffee. I need to talk to Chloe for a minute about a problem, and I would like to come back to you guys with part 2, and we can talk about speculations, prepping, theories, and more. All right, so in the meantime, I want you to know, please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. Hit the like, subscribe button. Hold some fun for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs, your service bunnies. Stay tuned for part 2. Thanks for watching, and we'll have part 2 of Coffee Time with Rita coming up. And we will continue to talk about prepping and what you need. Check out your local ads and make sure you get the best deals. Wait for part 2. Thank you, and God bless you in everything you do.